Good morning, welcome, Monday morning, start of a new week. I'm up north at the minute, just west of Hull, so just with the family for a quick visit. So we will work on our breath this morning and also, as always, start off with a little bit of movement. Finding when you are ready a comfortable space, making sure you've got room around you, front and back, side to side. Hopefully, if I just angle that camera slightly different. And let's start off with a bit of knocking. As always, just getting the spine moving first thing in the morning, just getting the body warmed up a little bit. And then at the end of this morning's session, we'll do a little bit of seated breath work. So feet shoulder width apart, tall through the spine, nice and lengthened through the spine, softening into the knees, softening into the ankles. And just start with a little bit of rotation. I think I can see Yvonne there on the screen is really small here. How are you, Yvonne? On Zoom, hope you're all right. Just gentle rotation through the spine. Breathing is relaxed, it's easy, it's soft. It's effortless and in and out, just through the nose. Not trying to breathe in any particular way. Keeping the spine long and relaxing into the shoulder blades, the shoulders. Tapping across the belly, and as you can see, I'm just tapping the back of my hand just across the lower back again. Qigong, called knocking on the door of life. The door of life is just behind the belly button. And we're getting the blood flow, the energy flowing, lymphatic drainage. And then we're going to bring the front arm as it swings across the front, just bending the elbow a little bit more. We're just going to be knocking on that point on the top of the lungs. So just like imagine the tip of the lungs just on the pec muscles. Again, just breathing easy. And then cupping that hand that swings across the front of the body and getting right into those big shoulder muscles. Back down to pecs to lungs. Back down to belly. And then just very gradually slowing it down into water waves. Feel that change, where you add that little bit of resistance. Soften into the wrists, into the fingers. Soften into the elbows and into the shoulders. Relaxing, really letting the shoulders relax, soften. And then slowing it down and just creating a connection, just having your palms facing towards the ground. So it still keeps that little bit of tone through the muscles, through the elbows, through the palm of the hands. Almost like you're gently pushing something down and lengthening the spine up. Just letting the breath settle. And then we'll keep one palm facing the earth or the ground, and then we'll just take the other palm to face the sky. If you keep that spine in that central position, so we're not tilting the head, we're not lifting up or anything, keep the shoulders down, and feel that nice lengthening there in the rib cage. And then we'll swap positions. We do a little bit of spiral, so you're going little finger towards little finger, and then that palm is connecting to the earth, the opposite palm is connecting to the sky, keeping that shoulder down. It's good. And then go side to side. No start and stop. Remember, have that idea of just as the breath flows from inhale to exhale, same with the movement. There's like that little ease of movement at the top and the bottom, and then it changes direction. Just imagine if you're throwing a ball up into the sky, it doesn't stop and then return to the ground. There's that little slowing down before it returns. So it's a continuous flow of movement. And then if you're not already doing so, just coordinating the breath. So breathing in, as you expand, breathing out. And again, as you change palms, breathing in, expanding, breathing out. Going at your pace now, you don't have to follow me. Or if you're watching anyone else on the screen, you don't have to follow anyone else on the screen. Just go at your own pace, following the breath. Maybe you can have a little more stretching of the palm. So really opening the palm of the hands as you're connecting to the sky, connecting to the ground. Softening there, and then just really opening the palms. So the bottom palm is facing to the ground, the top palm is facing up towards the sky. And then we're just going to finish this off with that little bit of lean side to side. So we're still not holding, we're still that little bit of movement, and then that ease back. Lengthen first. Remember, we lengthen first. Pelvis stays parallel to the ground. So the lower body is not moving. It's that upper body. And remember, we're not forcing anything. Lengthen first. Let's do one more each side. And then take a rest. Have a bit of a shake out if you need to. Have a little walk around if you need to have a walk around. And then come back to your nice strong standing posture, feet shoulder width apart, soften into the knees. We're going to do that spine roll where we tilt the pelvis and then the chin follows, and then we tuck the chin, tilt the pelvis underneath and then roll up. Remember, it's starting from the pelvis and then the spine rolls as a response to tilting the pelvis. You can keep staying in that position you're in, just facing forwards. And I'll just go to the side so you can see maybe a little bit clearer. I'm tilting the pelvis forwards, keeping the knees soft, but still getting that nice length through the hamstrings, and then tucking the pelvis underneath to roll back up. Nice spine roll. And here we're working on that flexion and extension through the spine. Breath is just easy in and out through the nose. And if it feels okay, and this is really down to you, when we get to the bottom, if you just want to hang forwards for a little bit, and again, it's totally up to you. If you just want to hang forwards, you want to just move the shoulders a little bit. If that feels really uncomfortable, you can just come up to standing again. So just hanging forwards a little bit if that feels good. Breathing. And when we come up to standing from a hang forwards, what I'd like you to do is just bend the knees a little bit more. So it's almost like you're going into a squat to reach towards the ground, so that when you come up, you're using the legs rather than just the whole of the back. So just gently, slowly rolling back up, relaxing the shoulders. And then let's have a good shake. Excuse me. Good shake out. Shaking the fingers, tapping the heels into the ground. Really releasing any tightness, tension in the shoulders. the spine, wave a little bit, move a little bit. And let's do some cleansing and clearing breaths. Remember the cleansing and clearing breath, we're taking a full breath in and we're letting that go. Now that can be out through the mouth. You can make a sound, you could hum it out. Whatever feels good, whatever feels releasing, letting go for you this morning, but really get that body shaking, really get that vibration through the body. Get the nerves jingling. Let's do a couple more breaths if you feel the urge to. And then just very gradually slow it down, slow it down. And we're going to bring our hands up towards the sky. So just opening up, I can see there, I'm going to fall over something. Just having your palms facing forward. So just opening out the front of the body. Watch here that I'm not leaning back. So I'm not doing this. So keep that rib cage balanced over the pelvis. Keep the spine long. Just opening up. Letting the breath settle. And then bringing the palms, rotating the shoulders so the palms are facing up. And then pulling down, breathing in. Breathing out. Deliberately slowing the breath, but keeping it very light. And then just a few moments of bamboo in the wind, linking the thumbs, resting there on the lower abs, just letting the elbows soften into the side of the body. Your feet are together. Standing tall through the spine and just closing your eyes. Really feeling that breath now as you're just gently breathing in and out through the nose, deep into the body. So remember, deep is not big. So just where you've gently got your hands resting on the lower abs, on the lower belly, just soften into that area. Just feel how when you just take a natural inhale and exhale, that area responds to the breath. So really soften into the hips, into the lower abs, soften, soften. Really feel that very subtle movement. The more you soften, the more you let go, the more you can sense it. And then when you're ready, just taking a slightly fuller breath in, expanding the ribs, the lungs, breathing in, opening your eyes, stepping out, giving yourself a little bit of a brush down. And then just taking your time, find a place to sit, whether that's on a chair or on the floor. You can stay standing if you want to stay standing, but I recommend we take a seat just so that you've got that little bit of support and that you're comfortable for the next, how long have we got? About 9 minutes, just to have a little bit of a focus on the breath, deliberately, consciously controlling the breath. Really play around when you're doing bamboo in the wind, you're on your own, or even when you're just standing or taking a little bit of time or moving. Just bring awareness to that lower dantian area, because it's really important that we're not just holding lots of tightness and tension in that area. So where you can, soften, let go a little bit, soften into the belly, soften into the chest, keep the spine long, because for me, that's the idea of a true deep breath. And when we can find that space, you'll notice that you can naturally slow the breath, or the breath naturally slows. Often get told when we're slowing the breath or when we're trying to breathe in for a longer count, it's like, can't get all that air in, I haven't got space. And the space is because we tend to breathe in and pull everything up. So if you think about the space you've got lower down, breathing, I don't like to call it belly breathing because I don't want to really have to expand the belly, but you can breathe as light as possible, but you can still breathe deep. Good. So let's get ourselves into a comfortable position. We're going to do some 4-6, really easy breathing practice to do, where we're breathing for 6 breaths per minute. This is great because it naturally slows the breath, obviously, because we're doing a count. And we know that when we slow the breath, it helps to down-regulate the nervous system. What we've got to be careful of when we slow the breath is if we slow it too quickly, because then our body just goes, oh, hang on a minute, why are you slowing the breath so quickly? So if it starts to feel a little bit too slow, just step back, just take a moment, take a physiological sigh. Take a slightly fuller breath and then let that breath go. So the idea is that we're not creating stress, and if it starts to feel stressful, then you just take a break, because that's not the purpose of the practice. So we'll set it up as always. Find a supported position on a chair, on the floor, nice and stable. That sends that signal to the brain to say, yeah, everything's good. Lengthen the spine, so we've got a nice strong spine without being rigid. Always good then to soften and relax into the face. If the face is relaxed, we can't be stressed. If you're looking at a screen, that puts us into close focus. That can send the signal of concentration. We want to relax, so you can look away from the screen, if you're keeping your eyes open, create that space, create that distance. This is what is nice about being outside, is that you're not just focused on something very close up to you. You've got that horizon to look at. So remember to take time throughout the day to look at horizon. That sends a signal of safety to the brain. If you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes, of course. And then tongue position, just very lightly resting on the roof of the mouth. And that helps almost like to open up that space behind the nose. So just spend a moment focusing on that physical sensation of the air just as it flows in and out through the nose. And we're not changing anything yet. We're not breathing in any particular way. And then just to lead us into slowing the breath, I like to just do that physiological sigh. So we'll take together a full breath in through the nose. We have that little top up, and then we let that breath go. And a little pause at the bottom before we breathe in. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Keep that breath very light, soft. Breath in. Remember, we can breathe deep without breathing big. Breath out. Breath in. 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 Breath out. See if we can keep the breath even softer, even lighter. Breath in. Very gentle. Breath out. Just very subtle breathing. But still breathing deep, breathing in. Breathing out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. And follow 3 more breaths. Soft breath in. Then just letting go on that exhale, breathing out. Breath in. Breath out. And 1 more breath in. And just letting go, softening, letting go with that breath out. And then just staying a moment, just letting that breath settle. Maybe staying in that rhythm. And then when you are ready, just taking a slightly fuller breath again. We can do a little bit of movement if you want, do a little bit of expansion. Nice morning stretch, breathing in, letting go, having a little twist. The sun it's been pouring with rain here all night since about 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and the sun is just coming out, so I'm going to go running in the mud. In the fields, in the mud, hopefully. Brilliant. Really appreciate you joining, as always. Hope that's woken us all up, ready for a Monday ahead and a week ahead. And I will see you back. I'll be back in London. I'll see you on Wednesday. Have a great day. Thanks for joining. Bye. Take care. Bye-bye.